Yo, what's going on everybody? TJ here, and I just completed my first day of doing Doordash. So I figured that there was some things that I was unsure of in the very beginning, and now from just being a beginner on this venture and it still being very fresh in my mind, I thought it would be a good video to make and explain to you how to start doing Doordash. So how to get started with this is, first you want to download the app. Doordash itself it's an app that you use to order the food. However, you can actually do this through that app and say that you want to become a dasher, and then it'll actually have you download a Doordash drivers app. So you're actually having a separate app for the actual business side of this venture. So it's super easy to sign up. All you have to do is fill out your basic information, your name, your social security. It's going to ask you to submit to a background check, and then it's going to ask you for your license. Once you do that, the background check for me took maybe like 5 minutes before I got approved. I wasn't sure if I was going to get approved that day, but I ended up getting approved like minutes later. Then they do a little verification where they take a photo of your face to make sure that it matches your ID. And from there you can add a bank account if you like to do that. But they also have a card that they'll send you and give you all your payments on that as well if you don't want to attach your bank account to it. So then you're ready to go. If you're going to be in a suburban or rural area, you might have your screen pop up with gray blocks. Here, I'm going to actually record my screen now to show you guys exactly what that looks like here. Okay, so as you can see where I'm at, it's currently winter right now. So I'm in a very beach town area over here near Cape May, Wildwood, Stone Harbor, and Avalon in New Jersey. And it's a gray area, and it says it's not busy in this area, but you can dash now because of your rewards here. At the beginning of the day, I did not have that option. It just said that it is not busy and schedule if you want to come back at a busier time. So keep that in mind when you first start. And if you have gray areas, then you're not going to be able to do them. And I actually wasted 2 hours before I actually got my first order by not knowing that. So how it works is you go to an area. As you can see up here is a red area, which means that there's actual activity happening. If you're not in one yet, you can click it and click navigate, and that will start the GPS and bring you over to it. But if you're already in a red area, then all you have to do is click the Dash Now button, and that will start bringing up orders. So all you have to do is just wait for an order to pop up. It'll ask you if you want to confirm this order. It'll tell you how much your base pay will be. After this day, I'm not going to really accept anything under $5, because if it's under $5, then you're probably not getting much of a tip, and your base pay is really that $3 that is showing you. So DoorDash pretty much gives you like $3, and then you get whatever the tip is that they give you. You do not get a tip at the end of the order. They already have their tip added in. So as soon as you complete the order, you're going to receive your base pay and your tip. So I think that's kind of lame, because you can't really like do better customer service and get a better tip that way. But that's just the system, and that's what it's like. When you start to go in and actually get the orders, so once you accept your first order and you go in, like let's say it's to like a convenience store, because my first one was to a Wawa, which is like a 7-Eleven, but way better actually. So if it's to like a convenience store like that, you just go in. What I did was I went up to the cashier and I just told him, hey, I'm with DoorDash. You have to exit out of the GPS first, because then it'll bring you back to the main screen of this order, and that's where you'll see the person's name. So that was something that I fumbled with the first like 3 orders. I had to like get out of the GPS and go back in and see the name, because they'd be like, all right, who's your DoorDash for? And I'll be like, and then I would have to like figure out where the name was, and that's how you get the name. You hit exit out of the GPS, and then it'll show you the name and then all the information as well. If it's a restaurant, you just go into the restaurant and say, hey, I'm here for DoorDash, and they'll point you over to like the section where there's either the DoorDash spot, like for instance, I went to like a Chili's and they have like a rack for DoorDashes. Now that I think about it, I probably could have just walked up to the rack and found the name and not even talked to anybody and just picked up the order. But I guess it's nice to talk to whoever and just say you're here for DoorDash so they don't think you're just coming in and taking a bag. For smaller businesses, you do have to go to the cashier and tell them, hey, I'm here for DoorDash. They'll ask you who it's for, and you give them the name. Then you click confirm. First you say that you're at the location. That'll tell the person that you're at the location. Then you say confirm you got the food. In between that process, something that I did and something that I read in the comments was when I got there, I told them, hey, I'm here just waiting for them to finish up your food and then I'm on my way. Or if their food was already done, then I said, hey, just picked up your food, on my way. And 0 people responded to me when I did that, but I still think that that was nice anyway. I know that if I was ordering a DoorDash and somebody was like, told me that, I would like be like, all right, cool, this is like a real person communicating with me and I don't have to worry because they're actually bringing my food over right now. So maybe do that. I'm not too sure how that's going to affect me with the ratings yet because I'm still so new, but I think that is a good thing to keep in mind. All right, and then you just bring it to the person. The GPS will pop up on your phone, taking you to whatever their location is. They'll have instructions, what they want you to do, whether that is give me a call, just leave it at the door, please don't knock. I got one of those today. Those are totally awesome because you just literally leave it at the door. Then you have to take a photo through the app. You say complete order. If it's for an order that you don't have to speak with the person in person for, then it's going to want you to take a picture that you left it off there. So definitely bring your phone when you drop it off because it's going to prompt you to take a photo so that the person knows where you dropped it off at. And then if it's somebody that you like give it to them in person, then you just say, I gave it to them. And then it says complete. It'll give you like a little bit like, are you satisfied with this? It'll ask you a little bit about like the restaurant that you came from, and then you see how much you got for your tip and for your base pay, which is usually around $3. At least it was for me today. But I didn't have any bonuses, no promos because I was not in really any busy areas. Once you start doing it, once you get through a few orders, then it's going to open up, allowing yourself to actually dash in those gray areas, and you can actually still make dashes in those areas as well. There are hotspots. You'll see that pop up once you start doing it. It tells you just like where locations are. I tried to go to hotspots. I don't know if it made much of a difference yet. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I feel like you guys should know. I don't have a dash card and I don't have the bag yet. You don't need that yet. It'll actually just let you start immediately. And then once you do your first dash, then they'll send you that stuff. And that's pretty much it. I guess make sure you just have gas and make sure that your phone's charged or you have a phone charger. Something's really cool is DoorDash will actually remind you like when you start like your next shift, because it'll be like, how long do you want to work for here? So you can say like, I'm going to do this for like the next hour, and it'll prompt you and be like, hey, make sure you have gas, make sure your phone's charged. So that's pretty cool. So that's another good tip to keep in mind before you even get started. And that's pretty much it. That's as much as you really need to know. This is a super easy thing to get involved with, and it's a really easy job. I just made a video on how much I got paid on my first day in a suburban area. So check that out if you are interested to see how much I actually got paid. Tomorrow I'm going to be going to Philadelphia and doing it in an urban area to see how much I get paid there. So if you're interested in that as well as other entrepreneurial ventures, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't already, please give me a thumbs up. I do appreciate it. And don't forget to hit the bell when you subscribe so you're notified on the next video, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Later.